Hey guys, today I have a overreaction today, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. Let me know how you guys feel in the comment section about this video. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
Because I'm talking about how to be a woman, a lady, to be feminine. You're a skip me. But I'm really in a season of allowing. And I will have to be very strong in the sense of, because I do feel like I've done everything right. And I do speak to women that allow men to baby mama them. A lot of those women that are so mad about me telling the truth about how our wife value is diminished, the more children you have by the more men you have, multiple children having with multiple men and never been married, your wife value is lower.
Wife value, I really think that's just subjective to how individuals think about that, because there's men out there who knows that their significant other or wife, they know they have other children with other guys, but that doesn't mean they don't see them as wife material. Same side of the coin, just because women know that their husbands have, children with other women doesn't mean that they lose their value as a husband. I just kind of just think that right there is just subjective to people. That just depends on the person. Some people think they lose value. Some people think they still have value. It just depends. It's just subjective. It just depends on how people feel about it, right?
And I don't care what anyone says. We can argue till we blue in the face.
And tell me, what does that mean?
It means the odds of a high value masculine man with a ton of options. Let me just ask you a question. A man, there are not very many high value masculine great men out here.
Okay.
I kind of beg to differ on that one, though. Again, I think that's just subjective of like what you think a great man is, or what is masculine to you. I think, as I said in past videos, every person honestly have their own concept of what it means to be a good man, or what it means to be a good woman. I think even the masculine and a good man or even a good woman, I think that's also very subjective to, how people feel, how the individual feels about it, because there's no universal way of how to be a good man or a woman. I don't think there's a universal way.
Right? Let's say that they are the 4 6s. People want 6 figures, over 6 feet tall, 6 inches in a 6-pack.
No, most women don't think that. Only a small percentage do. I'll give you that. Only a small percentage of women do. But most women, I don't think most women really pay attention to those things, or deeply, deeply want those things in specific. I personally think, I'm not going to say they never really thought about it, but I don't really think that. I think most women know either that's very rare, or that's not how you can build a healthy relationship or maintain relationship just because you got abs, money, and you're 6 feet tall. I don't think that's how you build relationships and maintain healthy relationships. I think most women know that.
Right? That's what people are equating to a successful man, which is crazy to me, but that's a whole different story for a different day.
I'm like, that's not my definition.
Right, not mine
Let's
either.
get that clear.
Right.
As I just said, it's all subjective to the individual.
Okay.
Society's definition. So when you look at those things,
that's the definition of most women.
Oh my God. No, most women do not think like that. As I just explained, most women do not think like that. And I think this gentleman right here it's going over his head. It's going over his head.
But usually it's about the height and the money. Those are the 2 most important things for women.
Again, no, most women don't only care about the height and the money, right? No, most women don't think like that.
They have those 4 6s. It's a very small group of people. So this very
1%,
small group of people,
literally.
Right. So if there's 100,000, well, let's say if there's 100, there's only 10. Why would these 10 men choose women that have never gotten commitment, that have only ever gotten baby mamaed? That means you have bad decision-making skills. If you're going to allow a man that you met, and most women, let's talk about it, are getting pregnant in the first 3 to 6 months of even meeting somebody. You didn't powerfully choose
You don't
this
know
person.
them.
You don't
Yeah.
know this person. You don't know their DNA. You don't know what they're like. And oftentimes, a lot of these men don't want to have a child with you.
So let's be clear. You're saying it diminishes the wife value.
Yes.
You're not saying, and I'm asking, this is the question. It diminishes your value as a woman, as a human, you're saying wife value.
Yes.
Again, I want to make it clear that is all subjective to the individuals. It's all subjective. It's all subjective. Me personally, just because you had kids with this amount of women or this amount of men, I personally don't mean that it diminishes your value as being a good wife or being a good husband. I think anybody is capable of meeting that standards or meeting that value. I think anyone is capable of. You can say it's a lot of baggage, right? You can argue it's a lot of baggage what that comes with that, but I personally don't believe that it just automatically just you have no value or just automatically lessens your value as in being a good wife or being a good husband. No, I don't think it just automatically works like that.
The wife value
Yes.
of you being on the market to these 10 men out of 100.
Yes.
We're not saying you as a human, as
Right.
a person,
Right.
as you're not less valuable and less worthy or
Right.
all of these things. We're talking about wife value.
Yes.
Got it.
It is diminished.
Got
So
it.
when that happens, so those women that are so mad that I say that, and they come up with everything that you a pick me, you a this, you a that, blah, 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 blah. Those women, they can't wait to say, oh, you can't even have kids. Oh, you
That's so
thought you were
sick,
doing
though.
it right.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's a lot of women are this way. Even like my husband. Do you know that my husband has immediately become more attractive just because I'm his wife?
Oh, well, yeah, that happens.
Because people want to knock me off the pedestal.
Yeah.
Because they want to say, oh, I thought that and some people are listening and be like, I don't know what she's talking about. But there are women right now plotting on my husband. And this is the thing.
Now I can't lie. Plotting on your husband is crazy. I kind of agree with some of the things that she's saying. But plotting on your husband is crazy. It's crazy. I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think most women who have problems with men just like hate men or are trying to go after men that already has a ring on it. I don't believe that. I don't think most women are like that in that situation. I don't think most women are like that. I know there are some who are. I'm not saying they're just not. But still, plotting on the husband is crazy. I can't lie.
I have no control. I don't think that's who my husband is. I really don't. There's a lot of things I think my husband would do. Cheating just ain't one of them.
Is that enough?
And that is very true. When a man is single, women for some reason don't want him. The moment they see the man has a ring, they're thinking, okay, there must be something good about him. If a woman thought he was worthy of being his wife, so they always try to plot to replace the woman. Happens all the time.
First of all, Jesus, bruh. First of all, I can understand. I agree with the part where you think that women like, okay, this man got a ring on it. He must be doing something good if the woman chose that. Now that part, I can agree to an extent. I can kind of agree. But saying that this just happens all the time, that they're just plotting to replace that woman, you're saying that most women are like that? No, bro. Most women are not like that, bro.
But the fact that women are wishing that she's not able to have kids is crazy. This reminds me of when Kevin Samuels died and women celebrated his death. That shit still hurts me.
Now, I don't think it's cool for someone to celebrate someone's death. But at the same time, I understand how those women feel, because he was saying that it was single black mothers' fault that black boys were reading at a 4th grade level. It was all their fault. It was all their fault that they're in a situation there. It was all their fault that they live in a ghetto. It's all black women's fault. Black women did this to themselves, and they did this to their sons, and they did this to their children. That's what Kevin Samuels was saying.
That shit still hurts me to my soul. The fact that a man died, but because they disagreed with his points, they celebrated his death as if they're never gonna die.
Again, I don't think it's cool to celebrate someone's death, but again, he was disrespecting women, but he was really saying some real outlandish thing to degrade women, but in particular black women. He was saying very disrespectful things. So again, I don't think it's good to celebrate someone's death, but I understand what they're coming from with that. It's frustrating because men like him, it's just going over his head. They're not willing to think outside the box or evolve their thinking or try to understand the other side, in particular, trying to understand the woman's sides of things. Because of that, it's just going over his head. Over his head. It's going over his head.
The truth is, and I'm gonna be so transparent, and I've said this on my show. The truth is, I don't feel like a man having sex with another woman means he loves me less.
It would depend on the situation. Let's just say, like, if he had sex before with another one before he even met you, then yes. But if he's like sleeping with another woman while you guys are together, then like, I bet it differ. I can argue that that's just not true. Again, this is kind of subjective, but I can still argue that this is like not true though.
I
don't
believe
feel
that.
that
I
at all.
believe that.
And
But
you're right. And if you lie and you're deceptive and you want to betray me on that level, how could we? How I can't trust you.
Listen, I don't know if I'm just like misinterpreting what she's saying or not. So let me know if I am or not. But the way I'm interpreting it right now is that so it's fine if he was honest about cheating on you. But if he was lying and hiding about cheating on you, then that's a problem. And this is, if I'm interpreting this right, this is where you lose me. This is where you completely lose me, man. But hopefully I'm interpreting that right. If not, let me know. But like, if I'm interpreting this right, this is where you completely lose me. Just because he was up front and saying like, hey, I slept with this woman, even though we are together, even if it was open and honest about that, the point is that it's wrong. It's wrong to do that. So just because he's upfront and honest with you, does not make him a trustworthy person. Like, and at least in that particular situation, she could be talking about if you don't tell me like in your past relationship that you did that or something like that. I don't know if she's meaning like that.
If I can't trust you, I can't respect you. If I can't respect you, how do you have a marriage? So why would you desecrate our marriage in that way? And
that makes sense. That makes sense. The lying is the issue. The lying is the issue for it. So that's fair, especially if the man says, I'm gonna be with you, I'm never gonna cheat again. Oh, I'm never gonna sleep with other women. It's just gonna be you. That makes sense if he made that commitment. He made the vows and then goes on to sleep with other women. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but the same concept can be applied before you make the vows, before you get married. Again, just because they don't specifically say, I'm not going to do that, they should know. If they're taking dating seriously, they should already know, like, messing with other women, or if you're a girl messing with other men. They know you're not supposed to do that. That's a boundary line. That's cheating, right? That's the end of that, right? So the same concept could be applied to before making the vows. This idea that has to specifically say I'm not going to do it, or this idea that they, even if they're honest, right, that it's okay, they're honest with me, so that still makes them trustworthy. No, bro, it doesn't work like that, bro.
I say this all the time, just for clarity. I'm not speaking to women
generally.
Right. No. If you want a high value, high earning masculine man, or you want a high value masculine man, there are certain things that will disqualify you from having that man.
What does that mean? That if you want that kind of man, you're automatically going to be disqualified. Like, what does that mean? Like, I need her to elaborate on that, of what that really means, because I could say the same thing for the men's side of things. If men want a high quality woman, I would say if you want to be with that kind of person, you have to be that kind of person. If you want to be with that kind of person is what I would say. But I wouldn't say that automatically disqualify you for being with that person. I'm not sure what that means. That might be going over my head, but I'm not really sure what that means.
End of story. It's not even really a discussion. It's like, if you're a doctor, you had to go to school to become a doctor. Yeah. I can't expect this person that's never been to doctor school in his life to perform heart surgery. Yeah. It's not realistic. Yeah. But when people, and I feel like that's given me a sense of groundedness almost inside of, no, we could talk about it, because they be calling me every name, girl. And I'm like,
Pick me.
Oh,
You on the man side.
but you know what?
All these things.
You know what's crazy?
You're male centered.
Yes.
Do you think women are just more uncomfortable with accountability?
Yes.
I kind of beg to differ on that one, man.
I'm not male centered. I'm nuclear family centered, which requires a woman to respect a man.
And which also requires the man to respect the woman also. Let's not forget that either.
Fact.
And honestly, I think most women are dating for ego. They're not dating for partnership in life. They're dating so that they can show their friends at work they've been chosen.
What are we talking about? No. Most women are not like that. Most women are not dating just for the ego, okay? Just like most men are not dating for the ego. Stop acting like there ain't a small percentage of men that are just dating for ego or for status too, okay? Stop acting like that. But most men and most women, they don't date for ego. They don't do that. And this is where you just completely lose.
They're dating.
Yeah, but the issue is that if women are dating for their ego and to impress other women, what happens is that usually sometimes a woman may break up with you, a woman may ghost you, not because she didn't like you, but because her friends said they don't like you. Her friends said you are ugly. Her friends said you can do better. So every time you meet a woman, you're not just going to date that woman. You're going to date her friends, her mama sometimes, her co-workers, female co-workers. So when you date a woman, you're dating her and everybody in her ear.
This guy is just so... First of all, no. Second, you can say the same thing about men. You can say, well, women, if you're dating a man, that means you're also like encompassing their friends too. And his parents and his mom, right? You can say the exact same thing. I'm not saying what he's saying is completely like not true. I mean, it doesn't really happen as often as he's making it seems, but just like, no, majority of that does not happen. And plus, you can apply it on the other side of the coin too.
Anybody she thinks she trusts is going to be involved in your relationship, because anything goes wrong in your relationship, women always run to their homegirls. Usually their homegirls are usually just for the streets. They're usually single. They're usually divorced. So guess what? They don't want to see the woman happy. So they're going to do everything to make sure she breaks up with you.
First of all, dog, what are we talking about? Stop acting as if men don't go to their homeboys and complain about their relationship, or sometimes their homies say like, hey, you gotta break up with this girl. Stop acting like that never happens, or that doesn't happen at all. It's crazy. You're so delusional in the head just to assume that all women are just for the streets and divorced. It's crazy to me. It shows your character and it shows your lack of respect for women. All right, before I get too riled up here, this video has already been long. I've been recording for like an hour and a half. So I'm going to stop it right here, split it up. And then the second part is going to come out too. This is Spider Pits. I just reacted to Boogie. I think it's Boogie reacting to B Simone. All their links are going to be in the description, because you know I gotta be fair to show fair use, right? This is educational purposes only. And I'll see you guys soon.